Welcome back to the navigation bootcamp. In previous chapters, we learned about available maps of India. After that, we had a look at latitude and longitude, basically global positioning system. Yet, the previous chapter we discussed about georeferencing map to identify the location of any specific map on the planet. And this specific chapter will be digging a little bit deeper into satellite maps. Satellite maps are a very useful resource, especially the maps offered by Google Maps Satellite View, which have detailed satellite imagery that allows us to discover a lot of details in places that have no dense forest cover. So let's open Google Maps. And let's actually go to the earlier map we created in your places, maps, and open the first map or whatever name you gave it, in which we covered map creation and navigation. So in this specific example, we'll take a look at the Margu Pass, which is a pass on the Pir Panjal range, frequently used by shepherds. This is the lat and the long. So north and east. Here we go. So let's mark this pass. I think we can probably keep this in a separate layer. Voila, give it a proper name. Margu Pass Trail. Voila, there we go. You can give this also a better name, Margu Pass, and then do all the work in this module under this layer here. So we'll be identifying a trail from the Chamba Valley across the Margu Pass into the Chenab River Valley here, Lahore, starting from the village of Kandar. So let's search for Kandar in Himachal Pradesh. Voila, there we go. We'll add it also on the map. Voila. So part of the initial trail, which is actually a road, is shown on Google Maps, but beyond a certain section, nothing is there. So we'll be using satellite maps to find the entire, or at least parts of trails that connect the village of Kandar to the Margu Pass. So obviously we'll be switching to satellite maps and zooming in high enough so that details become visible. Here we can see the village of Kandar, and initially we can see the road clearly visible, so we can actually skip this section. There we go. Voila, here is the end of the road, from where again we can zoom in a little. Voila, and at a certain high scale, anything which is walkable, like 30 to 40 centimeter wide, has enough contrast with its surrounding environment, is visible. So we use the draw line tool again, like in the map creation module, and we basically start tracing sections, visible sections of the trail. So we can just mark it wherever it's visible, zoom out, zoom in periodically. There we go. Voila. Here we can see the trail going up, hairpinning up. There we go. Zoom, zoom. Here it disappears, so we can interrupt it. It's always good to make it a little bit more clearly visible with a bright color, increasing the width. There we go. If we look further again, here the trail becomes clear. We again can add a section and just over tracing it, which will be useful eventually to export until here it's visible, and then overlay in OSM A&D application on our mobile for navigation in the field. So here, voila, the trail disappears a little bit in the grass, and then again it comes back higher up here. So like this, I would like you to complete this trail yourself in the assignment of this module by basically tracing it all the way to the Margu Pass. There we go. Here it goes up a little. Here we have a stream coming in, so we can still see parts of the trail going there, probably crossing the stream here. Again, we can see the trail reappearing that side, crossing another side stream, etc. And then basically here we can see the trail crossing over this side valley to disappear in dense vegetation, which is not a problem. So wherever the trail is visible, we can mark it. Other section, we can leave it up and search back at the end of the vegetation where the trail appears. So here, again, we can see the trail coming up, zigzagging on this ridge, basically. There we go. So we don't have to be accurate till the centimeter, but at least a little bit, should be a little bit clear. And there we go. So like that, basically, you keep tracing the trail. Any useful objects or human settlements on the way can be indicated. This is actually a settlement of Gujars, a Gujar home from, again, where we see the trail proceeding further, at least for some while before again it disappears in the forest. Voila, there we go. And then continuing in the same direction along this valley, we see another home a bit further here, where again the trail is passing by. So that's another Gujar home. So there it proceeds further, probably to join in the stream here somewhere. Here you can see a section of the trail. And then basically going a bit further again, here we can see another home located. This will be another mountain tribe along the trail. Voila, here again we can see the trail climbing up steeply onto the mountain. There we go, etc. Basically. So like this, you please continue identifying the trail in your map all the way to the here the Margu Pass. After doing so, you basically share your map, make sure it's public. You copy the link. You go to the blog ultrajourneys.org, where you can actually filter on training. Within the training post, you'll find set maps. You go to set maps, and there you'll be able to submit your map along with your email ID. Voila, submit. So that will basically send it to me for review to give you feedback. After doing so, another useful thing we can do is we can export this trail from the map. There we go, export it in a KML KMZ file. We can actually make it as a KML download. Voila, so this is now a Margu trail. We can copy this specific file. We can send it to the mobile through, say, WhatsApp or email. So for example, we can send a mail to ourselves, the Margu trail. There we go. Copy this KML file as an attachment. It should drag and drop work, so we can open it in the file browser. Voila, there we go. Voila, send it to yourself on the phone. On the phone, you can open the email and basically import the trail in osm.org, OSM AND application, which will allow you then to navigate from the base village of Kander, following the trail all the way, finding the way to the Margu Pass. Voila, that's it. Get ready for the most important module next, which will be understanding contour lines and reading topographic maps.